Hello, everybody. I'm Andy Anderson, and welcome to the Truth About Prosperity Q&A call today. And just a little bit about me and my partner, Ike Allen. We are the creators and founders of Avaya, as well as the Truth About Prosperity film series and the Truth About Prosperity program. So first off, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you who've tuned in to watch this free film series this week. This has been such an amazing event. We have had so many amazing interactions and emails and comments from all of you telling us all of the financial breakthroughs you've been having just from watching the 4 episodes of the film. And it has been so exciting to witness this, to get to help you break through your financially limiting beliefs and get on out on the other side and create more prosperity in your life. So thank you so much for all of your comments, your emails, your Facebook messages. All of that has been such an honor to help you break through. And there's nothing I am more passionate about than helping you break free from financially limiting beliefs, because it is a much more exciting quality of life to live when you are not stressing about money and when you are not worried about how you're going to pay the bills and how you're going to make it. It is so much more amazing, and you actually get to enjoy your life when this is not tying you down. So, and you had all asked for a Q&A call. So I wanted to hop on a quick Q&A call for you today just to give you some answers to some of your top questions. We've had a lot of questions roll in over the past several days since the Truth About Prosperity film series is released, and I wanted to answer some of those for you. Because again, the film series as well as the program that we're offering, the Truth About Prosperity program, will be going away in a couple days. So I wanted to answer these questions as quickly as I can. So without further ado, first question. Again, these are all the top questions. We took all of your questions and we put them into the top questions, and those are the ones I'll be going over today. So why did you create the Truth About Prosperity film series? So a lot of you may know us from Avaya from creating lots of different films like A Course in Miracles, the movie, and Leap, and The Tao of Quantum Physics, and Empowering Women in Business and Beyond. A lot of different films, and we really wanted to dive into the topic of prosperity with this film series because, again, it's totally near and dear to my heart, and there's something about the freedom that comes with talking about prosperity. There's something about the freedom that comes with being able to push beyond your psychological glass ceiling and actually push into more financial freedom in your life. It is such an amazing feeling, an amazing quality of life that we wanted to bring to you. It's something that we experience in our life. We get to experience this amazing free quality of life, financial freedom, time freedom. We live an amazing life. And we know that so many people don't. So many people are trapped inside these limiting beliefs about money, these beliefs that were ingrained in them as small children that they've never broken free from. So it's our mission to help you break free from those so you can actually live into all that you are, the great purpose that you have on this earth, and live into just having an amazing life, because who doesn't want an amazing quality of life? So again, why did we make this? You know, Ike and I both grew up in blue collar backgrounds. We were both raised in families and we didn't have a ton of money. You know, I remember a story I told myself for years was, you know, my parents were getting divorced when I was a 9-year-old girl. It was a tough time for our family, and I remember money was tough. I remember hearing things from my parents about money being tight. And I remember going into my mom's purse and opening it up and looking at her wallet, right, and seeing there's a $5 bill in there, and that's all there is, and that's it. And to my childlike mind, it was the last $5 bill that we had, and we didn't have any other money, right? I didn't really understand the concept of having banks or, you know, money invested into a house or in the stock market or anything like that. Like, that was the last $5 we had, and that was really scary to me. So I took this belief, I took it on as a kid, and I took it into my adult life. And it created all sorts of financial challenges for me. So being able to question those beliefs is something that Ike and I came to the realization of, well, what if what we tell ourselves about money isn't actually true? And we talk about this in the film series. So when we came to that conclusion, we realized that, well, hey, wait a second, let's take a look at this. Let's question these beliefs. Is it actually true that there's only $5 left and there's no more than that, right? Is it really true that, you know, if you just scrape by in life, you're doing well, right? Is it actually true? So when we started to commit ourselves to taking a look at these financially limiting beliefs, that is when we were able to start generating and creating prosperity generating beliefs and turn our finances around and turn our life around and live a life of prosperity. So the real reason we wanted to create this film series for you is to spread this message to the world. We envision a world of people not worrying about money, not worrying about paying the bills, having a great quality of life, actually being able to watch your children grow because you have the time and financial freedom to do that, to not miss out on all of the amazing things in their lives, and having the freedom to retire and be comfortable, having the freedom to take vacations, having the freedom to give back to charities, to give back to different organizations, or volunteer your time, whatever it is. That is the real reason we created this for you, to help you break free. So that was one of the top questions. Another big question. Okay, so can you talk about your personal story of breaking through your financially limiting beliefs to having greater prosperity? So I kind of dove into this in the last question a little bit, but yes, another story that I shared in the Truth About Prosperity film series is my story of when I actually first met Ike. So several years ago, I was a registered dietitian. I have my background in nutrition and exercise physiology, and I was a registered dietitian in the basement of a trauma hospital, and I was miserable. I was miserable, and I know so many of you watching this right now can relate to this. I was miserable. I felt like this job was sucking the life out of me. I had this amazing, beautiful education in nutrition and exercise and, you know, all of these wonderful things, and then I took all of that and I played small. I played small in that I took a job in a hospital, which is something I actually told myself I would never do, but I ended up doing it out of fear that I wouldn't be able to make it on my own as an entrepreneur. And so I ended up, here I was in the basement of a hospital, no windows, right? Fluorescent lights beaming down at me. Like I had to change my contact lens prescription because I kept getting so many headaches because of all the lights, and it was pretty bad. And when I met Ike, I started to crack open, so to speak. When I met him, I saw that there was possibility outside of the belief I had that I must have a job in order to financially take care of myself. And it was pretty true for me at that point, is that I had to hate that job. I had to have a job to financially take care of myself, and I had to hate that job. So meeting Ike, meeting this man of like crazy possibility, he lived in a land of possibility and still does, he opened me up to this. And I saw the financial and time freedom he had been able to create for himself and his business. And so after a little while, I ended up actually quitting my job. We were actually out on a hike in the Rocky Mountains, and we were out on this hike, and I got this intuitive hit. You know, it's one of these like getting hit over the head by a 2x4, right? It was like this intuitive hit that, oh my gosh, now's the time to quit. Now's the time to quit your job and never look back. And that is exactly what I did. And that is the first cog in my journey of financial freedom. And I do want to mention, so in my scenario, I had the luxury of quitting my job quickly. I had the luxury because I had savings, and I had Ike, who had a business that I could go into this business with him. So I had that luxury of being able to do that and just jump out of that job right into my life as an entrepreneur. And not everybody has that. So do obviously what's right for you. Everybody has their own unique truth about prosperity, right? So figure out what is your truth about prosperity. My personal experience was I needed to quit, right? There's a quote, it's like, leap and the net shall appear. And that's what I needed to do. And then it appeared, and here I am. And here I am now able to talk to you and, you know, create all these amazing, you know, things around prosperity with my partner, Ike. And it was all because I decided to take that leap into this world of prosperity. So from that point of me making that choice, I was then able to continue to practice. And this is really important. This is something we talk about in the film series a lot. It's very important that you practice. So when you uncover a financially limiting belief that I only deserve to have so much and not much more, or money is the root of all evil, or whatever it is, make sure that you take a look at this and you shine the light of awareness on this. And then once you do that, then you have a hold of that belief that has been secretly controlling your life behind the scenes and you didn't even know it. So once you have a hold of that, that's when you can turn that into a prosperity generating belief and say, you know what, money gives me the quality of life that I really deserve and that I really want. or money allows me to help other people as well as myself and my family. So that is how it all started for me. And that's how, again, that was really the beginning of me starting to take a look at beliefs. Once I was able to break free from the belief that I had to have a job that I hated in order to financially take care of myself, that was the first step. And then I just had to keep working on that and continue to keep working on it. You know, everything that we talk about in the Truth About Prosperity film series is something that we're continuously working on ourselves. And all of the amazing prosperity experts that you see in this film series, they're always continuously working on it too. So it's often really easy to compare our normal everyday lives to some lives like highlight reel. So, you know, if you think that Joe Vitale is any different than you, well, he's not. If you think me and Ike are any different than you, well, we're not. We all have to continuously take a look at what financially limiting beliefs are chiming in and choose what to do about that. So that is my story of my original official story of breaking free into financial freedom. Let's take another question here. Okay, so one of you asked that by limiting beliefs, do you mean like money is the root of all evil and it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich person to get into heaven? That is actually one I hadn't heard. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so yes, that's exactly what we mean. When we talk about financially limiting beliefs in the film series and in our program, we're talking about these beliefs. These are it, right? These are deeply ingrained beliefs, and so many of them, you know, specifically, right, money is the root of all evil. That is so ingrained into our society, right? In episode 1 of the film series, we talk all about the social poverty programming that has been ingrained into us through TV, through magazines, through our parents, through generations, and how we've taken that stuff on and we haven't questioned it. Well, now is the time to question that. So these are definitely financially limiting beliefs. Now, what we tell you about in the film series and in our program is all about applying what we call the ROI process to these limiting beliefs. So this tool is the cornerstone tool of all of our prosperity teachings. This is such a phenomenal tool that anybody can use really easily and apply in their lives over and over and over again when these financially limiting beliefs come up. So if you were to take a belief that money is the root of all evil, that would be first shining awareness on that. So the first step of this process, we run you through the ROI process. The first step is, well, what do you tell yourself? So what you tell yourself is money is the root of all evil. Step number 1. Step number 2 is take a look, is that really true? And tell the truth about what that original thought or belief was. So if you take that money is the root of all evil, tell the truth about it. So I tell myself that money is the root of all evil. And the second step is, but the truth for me is money allows me great freedom in life, and I want to experience more and more of that freedom, right? So you take this financially limiting belief that you've held on to for years and years in your subconscious mind, and you turn that into a prosperity generating belief. Like, I deserve money and I want more money to help myself and other people, right? Whatever that financially empowering belief is for you, that's what you create. That's step number 2 of the process. And by telling the truth, shining awareness on your limiting belief around money and telling the truth about it, then you have opened up this space inside your heart, right? You've opened up this space in the universe for possibility and inspiration to guide you to take an inspired action. So maybe once you start going through this process and taking this stepwise process, you'll start to feel inspired to start a side business. If you have a job, maybe you're inspired to start doing some internet marketing or affiliate marketing online, and you start doing the things that you need to do to make that happen. Those would be inspired actions that come from a place of inspiration, right? Because you've taken a belief and you have turned it into a financially empowering belief to live your life by. So that's just an example. So yes, to answer that question once again, those kinds of beliefs, money is the root of all evil, are the financially limiting beliefs that we've been talking about. The next question is, I feel pigeonholed in the same type of job that I've done for 30 years. I don't have a college education, nor do I feel fit to do something at any level above where I am now, a legal secretary. Where do I go from here? What is the inspired action that I can take when I don't feel qualified for more than what I do? I feel so stuck. Well, first of all, totally get it. Totally get you feeling stuck. And this is where so many of us are. So many people feel stuck, right? Stuck in a job you don't enjoy, stuck in financial limitation, you just feel stuck. So here's the first thing. As I read this question that you sent to us, there are two things that are standing out for me. Number one is, one of the things you tell me in this question is you say that I don't feel fit to do something at any level above where I am now. So here is where you apply that ROI process tool. So ask yourself, this is what you tell yourself. Step number one, I don't feel fit to do something at any level above where I am now. So let's tell the truth about this. Is what you just said true? So you're saying you don't feel fit to do something at any level above where I am now, but is that actually true, or is that just something you're telling yourself? So that would be my first step, is to take a look at, is what you're saying actually true? Second, another thing you said in my question was, I don't feel qualified for more than what I do. So who is to say that you're not qualified? Who is to say you're not qualified to do something different, do something greater, do something bigger, right? It sounds like you're telling yourself that you're not qualified, but is that really true? So take a look at this. Is what you're telling yourself actually true? I'll tell you, when you said you don't have a college education, Ike, my partner, he doesn't have a college education. And look at the amazing financially free, time-free quality of life that he experiences, right? He does not have a college education. And many of the greatest millionaire, billionaire minds in our society did not go to college. So what's holding you back might be what you're telling yourself about that level of qualification, as opposed to someone else who doesn't look at that as a block, right? And they just keep moving forward, even though they don't have a college education, right? So I would say, first and foremost, just take a look at, what are you telling yourself, and is it true? And ask yourself that question over and over and over again, with all of these statements you have around, feeling stuck and wanting to break free and do something different, right? Start shining awareness on what you tell yourself about that. And when you tell the truth about it, maybe your truth is, you know what? I am qualified to do something greater and bigger, and I am committed to figuring out what that is. Maybe this is a time for you to start dreaming. Maybe this is a time for you to actually take a look at, what do you truly want? What lights you up? What are you passionate about? And how can you use the skills that you've learned in 30 years, like you said, 30 years of being a legal secretary, what the amazing people skills, communication skills, clerical skills, computer skills, all those skills that you have learned over these 30 years, how could you take those skills and apply them to something that you really love, something that you really want to do? So that would be my first inclination, would just be to take a look at, what are you telling yourself about that, and is it true? Because I can tell you the truth for me is, you're totally qualified. You're totally qualified to do a million different things. Now, if you wanted to be a brain surgeon, I would say, yes, you have to go back to school to be a brain surgeon. But for so many different creative things you could do in the world, you don't need to go back and get a college degree. You don't need to do any of that. You just need to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is another big topic that we talk about in the Truth About Prosperity film series. So you just need to start from the foundation of believing that you can do it, and the rest will take care of itself. But great question, and I think that answers questions for a lot of other people who have the same scenario. Okay, next question. We're gonna do a couple more questions here. So I've tried time and time again to become financially free, and it never happens for me. So what do I do to break free from this? This is a really common question, which is why we, included this in this Q&A. So it's not going to work for me, right? So here's another thing. Same as the last question. Well, what are you telling yourself, and is it true? So in reading this question, I've tried time and time again to become financially free, and it never happens for me. So what I would first say is, you're saying this statement that it never happens for me. So is there any possibility in this statement? When you say it never happens for me, is there any possibility that it might happen for you one day? Or is there a possibility that things could change? Or is there any possibility in that statement? It's a very decisive statement, is what I would call it. You're drawing a line in the sand. It never happens for me. And perhaps therefore it never will, right? If it never happens for me, how could it ever happen? So first and foremost, what is your underlying belief about becoming financially free? Well, it sounds like it never happens for me. So that's the very first thing you need to take a look at, right? It's the very first thing you need to take a look at is it never happens for me. So that's what you tell yourself. Again, this is applying that ROI process tool to this disempowering thought, this disempowering belief around money, right? So you tell yourself, and it never happens for me. And here's a flip statement of that. So the truth for you could be, here's how you could do this. It could be, I've tried time and time again to become financially free, and I will keep trying until this becomes a reality for me. So when you say that statement, can you feel the possibility in that statement, right? That statement opens the door up for inspiration for you to start taking inspired actions to becoming financially free. And it is baby steps, right? It is a baby step journey. We all, a lot of us, I think, look at people who are wealthy, millionaires and billionaires, and think that it was this overnight success, right? But I think it's a Steve Jobs quote, he says that most overnight successes took a really long time, something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but it's a stepwise process. So in your journey to financial freedom, take a look at that belief. You've just pinpointed it just by asking that question on this call for me to answer. When you say it never happens for me, that's where you need to start. That's where you need to shine awareness on that thought, because it's not true. It is not true. And you can create a prosperity generating belief out of that, out of telling the truth about that disempowering thought. And then you can see what happens and see what you're inspired to do. And this is something you'll have to practice over and over again, right? These financially limiting beliefs, we've given them a lot of power over time. We've fed them, and if you haven't questioned them for years or decades of your life, it's going to take some time to continuously apply this process. Take the financially disempowering belief, tell the truth about it. What inspired action do you want to take? And then do it over and over and over again. So that is really the big key here. Okay, so last question I want to address. This was another really common question you all asked. So can you tell me more about the Truth About Prosperity program and what I will get out of it? Okay. So here's the thing. This program is the technology, the exercises, the modules, the tools, the tips within this process are what Ike and I based our financial success off of. This is the technology. These are the tools that we applied in our lives in order to reach the level of financial freedom that we have today and the success that we have today. And these are also the tools and the prosperity generating tips and all these different things and exercises. These are still the things that we continue to practice. We continue to practice these things in our lives on a daily basis in order to attract even more financial freedom into our lives. So this program can help you finally remove those disempowering beliefs, right? Help you uncover what they are first and foremost, become aware of them, and actually start dissolving them by telling the truth about them. When you tell the truth about them and create new empowering, financially empowering beliefs to live into, you are on your path to more prosperity, and you'll be more inspired to take action. You'll have motivation, and by taking those actions, you will start to see results come into your life. So another thing I would say about this program is it will help you. A lot of people come to us and say, well, I know this, right? I know the law of attraction, or I know that my thoughts create my reality. I understand this, right? This is all old news for me. This is nothing new. However, if you haven't already achieved all of your dreams, right, all of the financial results you're looking for, then you haven't gotten these concepts. You haven't ingrained them into your life and started actually practicing them or consistently practiced them enough to get these financial results. So what I would say about the Truth About Prosperity program is it's going to help you move beyond just your intellectual understanding of these concepts, that your thoughts and beliefs create your reality, and actually help you uncover the disempowering beliefs and tell the truth about them, create new beliefs, and take actions to actually create results. So that is the opportunity with this program. As far as what it includes, you can see all of the things that it includes on the page beneath each episode of the film series. So you'll see it laid out right there. But I will tell you that it includes a large PDF digital workbook that you can actually type in. So there's over 30 prosperity exercises in there that you can actually type in your experiences, your breakthroughs, all those kinds of things. And then there's also 18 learning modules in there around prosperity. And also there is a description of how to actually apply the ROI process tool. Again, we've gone through this in the movie, we've gone through this with you on this call, but this is where you're actually going to learn the stepwise process of how do you take the ROI process, how do you take a limiting belief, how do you plug it into that process, follow the steps to actually start seeing more money flow into your life. So this is all laid out for you. Another really amazing thing about this program is it includes 33 digital videos from over 21 prosperity experts, including us. So people like Joe Vitale, people you saw in the film, right? Bob Proctor, Dana Wilde, Andy Dooley. So these people who have collectively helped millions and millions of people get past their financially limiting beliefs, they can help you too through these videos in the program. So really exciting stuff. And also, not to mention, there's a ton of bonuses, actually 10 bonuses when you buy the complete program. And these include bonuses that are going to help you, again, remove your blocks to prosperity. And these are from people in the film, like, once again, Dana Wilde, Joe Vitale, Carrie Samuels, Emmanuel Dagger, and then some people that aren't featured in the film, like Christy Whitman. So these bonuses all on their own are worth well over $1,599. So that alone is just an amazing, amazing value in addition to all the stuff that you'll get with the program. So the reality is this program is for anybody. Anybody, all you need for this program is you need the desire. You just need the desire to want to break free, to want to have financial freedom in your life, have time freedom in your life, to actually stop worrying about money. And it doesn't matter if you've never made much money, or if you made a lot of money once and you lost it, or if you have made a decent amount of money but just not quite enough to retire on, or to put your kids through college, or to donate to your favorite charities. Whatever it is, all you need is a desire to want more financial freedom and prosperity in your life. That is the number one thing. So that is the program. And let's see, and again, I wanted to remind you, you can read more specifics about the program underneath each episode of the film series. So there's 4 episodes of the film series. Underneath each episode, you'll see it all laid out beneath you on the page. So that is that. And again, I wanted to thank you so much for joining us. This was just awesome to get on this call with you and to chat with you more about these really amazing concepts. And I'm so excited to hear more from you. If you have any more questions about any of this, about the film series, about how to apply this in your life, about the program, whatever it is, please reply to any of the emails that we send you. Just hit reply and we'll answer your questions. Because again, the film series and the program is going to be going away in just a couple of days. So get those questions in as soon as you can so that you can get them answered. And once again, thank you so much for joining us for this amazing life-changing film series and this call today. And we so look forward to working with you in the program.